Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the AI skills crisis.
Right?
You sent us a really interesting article
Yeah.
called The AI Skills Crisis,
hmm
Why 97 million new jobs could go unfilled, with a parenthetical, and how we fix it.
hmm
And we're really excited to kind of unpack this with you because it seems like
Yeah.
everyone's talking about AI
Yeah.
and, it's really changing things. So
It is.
let's get into it.
Absolutely.
I mean, just to get started.
Yeah.
Feels like a lot of us are in that little dinghy,
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to sail this big container ship.
Yeah. And the article you sent really lays out some pretty staggering numbers, too. Like
Yeah.
85 million jobs
Oh, wow.
are predicted to be gone by 2025
Gosh.
because of AI and automation.
Wow.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
97 million new AI-related jobs
Oh, wow. Okay.
are expected to emerge.
So it's not just like jobs are shifting around. It's like,
It's a complete transformation.
yeah.
A complete transformation.
And that's the heart of the crisis.
Yeah.
We have this massive gap between what's being taught in schools and what companies desperately need.
Yeah. The article kind of paints this picture of this fresh computer science grad walking into their first AI job,
Yeah.
totally pumped and ready to go.
Right.
And then they're like, oh my gosh,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I am not prepared for this.
Right. And it happens more often than you think.
Really?
See, like while they're in school learning about neural networks, which are the foundations,
Yeah.
the industry's already moved on to things like transformer models
Right.
and other things that they just don't even have access to.
Right. It's like you're showing up at a cooking competition with like a butter knife
Yeah.
and everyone else has like a Vitamix. And
Well,
you're like, wait, what is happening?
Right. You're not even playing the same game.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
And that rapid pace of change,
Yeah.
is a huge factor here. The article calls it the speed problem
It's a speed problem.
because universities just can't
They can't keep up.
keep up.
They can't.
Yeah. And it's just moving so fast. I mean,
Like language models
think about it.
are doubling in power every few months.
Yeah. It's like every few months.
It's incredible.
Okay.
And new tools and frameworks,
Yeah.
they're popping up all the time.
It's like trying to learn a language where the dictionary is constantly
Constantly being rewritten.
being rewritten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So speed is one problem.
Right.
And then there's the resource gap.
The resource.
We hear about these elite universities.
These million-dollar GPU clusters
Yeah.
and all this fancy equipment.
Yeah.
But many institutions,
Right.
especially in, developing regions,
Yeah.
they're struggling
Right.
to even provide basic computing resources.
Yeah. It's like some students get a fully equipped woodshop with, all the bells and whistles.
Right.
And other students just get a hammer and nails.
It's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah. You can't compete.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, access to computational power is crucial in AI.
Mm-hmm.
Without it, students are stuck with just the theory.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
They can read about
Yeah.
the amazing things AI can do,
Right.
but they can't actually get hands-on and experiment themselves.
Okay. And then you add on top of that,
What's that?
what the article calls these institutional barriers.
Yes.
These roadblocks that
That's
are
the-
holding these universities back.
Yeah, it's like they're stuck in this bureaucratic quicksand.
Oh, yeah.
Even if professors are eager to update their courses,
Yeah.
they're often just bogged down by layers of bureaucracy and approval processes.
And it's hard to attract,
Yeah. Why would someone choose to teach
Right.
when they could be making double or triple the salary
Right.
working for a tech company?
Yeah. It makes sense, but
It's a tough sell,
it's a problem.
especially with the tenure system, which often doesn't reward professors for constantly updating their skills.
Okay, so we've got the speed problem, the resource gap,
Uh-huh.
these institutional roadblocks.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it really paints a stark picture of why there's this disconnect between
Yeah.
what universities are teaching and what companies actually need.
Yeah, and one of the biggest problems is that there's often this, lack of communication, collaboration between the two worlds,
Right. Companies are hesitant to share their tools and data sets,
Yeah, they want to protect their stuff.
proprietary information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then universities, they struggle to get real-time feedback.
Right. What skills are actually needed.
Right. So it's like they're speaking different languages.
It is like different languages.
You get students who ace their AI exams, but they have no experience actually using it.
Yeah. They've never actually built a deep learning model
Right.
that solves a real problem.
Yeah.
And that's where this idea of the missing middle comes in.
The missing middle, what's that?
So companies need people who can hit the ground running, who can manage projects, work in teams, and communicate complex ideas clearly.
Okay.
They need problem solvers who can apply AI to real situations.
So it's not just technical skills.
No, it's more than that.
Okay, so what else is there?
What are we missing?
Soft skills.
Soft skills, okay.
Things like communication, teamwork, and even business acumen.
Yeah.
These are crucial for AI professionals.
So it's not enough to just know the algorithms.
Right.
You have to be able to explain what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. And how it fits into the big picture.
Okay.
And that's where this mismatch in expectations becomes really apparent.
Okay.
So companies are looking for grads with hands-on experience, but many grads only have theoretical knowledge.
Right. So they understand the concept of deep learning.
Yeah, but they've never actually built a deep learning model.
Oh. And then it just creates this vicious cycle.
Oh, how so?
Right?
Yeah.
Companies become hesitant to hire entry-level talent because they know it's going to take a lot of time and resources to get them up to speed.
Right.
So then grads struggle to get those crucial first jobs.
Yeah, and to get that experience.
So
it's like a catch-22.
It's a catch-22.
You need the job to get the experience. You need the experience to get the job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The gap just keeps getting wider.
Okay, so we have a good grasp, I think, of the problem.
I think so.
You know, bridging this gap is going to take a serious effort.
A serious effort from everybody.
From everyone involved.
Yes.
Universities, companies, policymakers.
Absolutely.
We all need to step up and figure out how to tackle this.
We do.
But where do we even begin?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah. What are some concrete steps?
Well, I think it all starts with updating what's being taught.
Okay.
Universities need to constantly review and revamp their AI programs and make sure they're including the latest trends and technologies.
Right. And maybe even create more interdisciplinary programs that combine AI with other fields.
Absolutely.
Like ethics law, business.
AI is going to touch practically every industry.
Right.
So having that broader understanding of its implications is crucial.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just, you know, curriculum updates alone aren't going to do it.
Right. We also need
stronger partnerships.
Partnership.
Between universities and industry.
Between the people who are teaching.
Right.
And the people who are actually using AI.
Exactly. Yeah, so what would that look like?
Well, companies can offer valuable feedback on what they need from grads.
Okay.
They can create internship opportunities, collaborate on research projects with universities.
Right, so it's like building that two-way street.
Yes, a two-way street where knowledge and expertise flow between academia and industry.
Yeah, a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win. Okay. But we also need to address the resource gap.
Right.
And make sure students have access to the computing power they need to really dive into AI.
So it seems like we need like a multi-pronged approach.
We need a multi-pronged approach to really make a dent in this problem.
Okay.
And it's not just about quantity. It's about quality, too. We need to focus on providing practical experience and developing those soft skills.
So the article mentions things like project-based learning.
And
like integrating soft skills training into technical courses.
Give students the chance to apply their knowledge to real-world problems and develop those communication and teamwork skills that they'll need.
Okay, so it's not just on universities, though.
No, it's not.
It's on companies.
Yeah.
It's on policymakers.
Policymakers and tech companies, they have a huge role to play.
Okay, so what can they do?
Well, governments can create national strategies to promote AI skills development, streamline accreditation processes, and provide funding and incentives for AI education.
Wow.
They can also invest in research and development, create public-private partnerships, attract foreign investment in the AI sector.
Okay, and what about the tech companies?
Tech companies have a big responsibility to contribute to building this AI talent pipeline.
Okay.
So they can do things like open sourcing their tools and libraries, offering online courses and certifications, creating talent development programs like internships and apprenticeships.
Right.
And they can also collaborate with universities to develop relevant curricula and provide mentorship to students.
There's a lot of moving pieces here.
There are a lot of moving pieces.
It seems like everyone needs to be on board working together.
They do.
Okay.
But the good news is there are already a ton of initiatives popping up all over the world.
Okay, that's good.
To try to tackle this AI skills crisis.
That's encouraging.
It is.
Okay, so can you give us some examples of
course.
some countries or regions that are leading the way?
Yeah, absolutely.
In AI education.
So in the Asia-Pacific region, India has taken a big step with its national AI strategy in education. They're focusing on building strong partnerships between academia and industry and creating a nationwide supercomputing network to connect institutions.
Wow, so they're really investing.
They are.
Okay, what about China?
China's all in on AI.
Yeah.
They have their new generation artificial intelligence development plan, which really puts AI education front and center.
Okay.
They're establishing research labs, weaving AI into school curricula at all levels.
Wow.
And they're really treating it as a national priority.
It sounds like the Asia-Pacific region is really...
They are really taking the lead.
Taking the lead, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about other parts of the world?
So in the Americas, Canada, for example, has a pretty impressive plan in place called the CFAR Pan-Canadian AI Strategy. They've received significant federal funding to support AI research and training. And they've established these AI clusters.
What are those?
So these clusters act as hubs for innovation and collaboration.
So they're bringing people together.
They're bringing people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the U.S.?
Well, the U.S. has a long history of strong partnerships between academia and industry in tech.
Yeah.
So the National Science Foundation is pouring resources into AI research and education through its National AI Research Institutes program.
Okay.
And of course, you have collaborations like the MIT IBM Watson AI Lab.
Yeah.
Which brings together some of the brightest minds in AI.
That's impressive.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, so it's exciting to see so many countries taking concrete steps to address this.
They are.
And investing in AI education.
It shows a global recognition of AI's transformative potential.
Totally. And it really highlights how this is a global issue.
It's a global challenge.
Yeah.
It requires a global response.
So advancements are happening at an unprecedented pace.
They are.
And the potential is huge.
It is enormous.
But we have to bridge this skills gap.
We do.
And ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly.
Responsibly.
And I think that's a perfect segue to the next part of our discussion.
Absolutely.
Let's dive into what some of these initiatives actually look like in action.
Let's do it.
And explore what's working, what's not, and what we can learn from each other.
All right, what can we learn?
So stay tuned.
We'll be right back. So we've got this really widespread AI skills gap, right?
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
But let's bring it back down to the individual level for a second.
Okay.
What if someone is listening to this right now and they're thinking, hey, I want to get into AI.
Right. This sounds cool.
How do I do it?
Oh, I don't even start.
Where do I start?
Yeah. What advice would you give?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Given this landscape,
Yeah, it can feel really overwhelming just to even know where to begin.
Yeah.
I think the first thing is to be proactive.
Okay.
Don't just sit back and absorb information in the classroom.
Yeah.
You've got to get out there and get your hands dirty.
Get hands-on experience.
Hands-on experience.
That's what everyone says?
It's true.
Okay.
Universities can only teach you so much. To truly grasp AI, you need to work on real-world projects.
So look for internships.
Internships.
Join hackathons, contribute to open source projects.
All of that.
All of it.
Yeah, the more practical experience you can get, the better prepared you'll be for these AI jobs that everyone's talking about.
Okay, so practical experience is key.
It's gold.
Gold, yeah.
Especially in a field that moves as quickly as AI.
Right. And, speaking of getting yourself out there, networking is huge. Go to conferences, attend webinars, connect with people on LinkedIn.
Build those relationships.
Yeah.
Because you never know what opportunities might come up.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to reach out to people.
Don't be afraid.
You admire.
Yes.
Even if they seem like...
Like big names.
Yeah, like a big name.
People in this field are usually really passionate.
Yeah.
And they love to share their knowledge.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Thanks.
Okay, so AI is such a vast field.
It is.
Is it better to be like a jack of all trades or to specialize?
I would say specialize.
Okay.
Pick an area that you're really passionate about and become an expert in that.
Okay, so you've got like computer vision, natural language processing.
Robotics.
Yeah, robotics.
The list goes on and on. You can't possibly be an expert in everything.
Right, okay, so find your niche and own it.
Find your niche.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think it's good to stay curious about other areas.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the field is always
evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to kind of
step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, and kind of play around a bit.
Experiment.
Play around.
Okay, cool. And speaking of evolving.
Yes.
Pay attention to emerging technologies.
Emerging technologies.
Because what's hot today might be old news tomorrow.
In a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like trying to catch a runaway train.
Right? How do you even keep up?
Well, you got to read those research papers.
Okay.
Follow industry blogs. Go to conferences. But most importantly, get hands-on with those new tools and frameworks. So the more you experiment, the better you'll understand these technologies.
So it's all about being a lifelong learner.
Lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
Always something new.
Right. Okay, so.
But we can't forget about those soft skills we talked about.
Right. Communication, teamwork.
Problem solving.
Yeah, problem solving. How can someone develop those? Well, teamwork is a big one.
Okay.
Look for opportunities to collaborate with others on class projects, hackathons, open source projects.
What we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great way to learn from each other.
Right. Get those different perspectives.
Different perspective.
And don't shy away from leadership roles.
Oh, leadership.
Leading a team can teach you so much.
So much about communication, delegating tasks, and navigating conflict.
Right, because that's going to happen.
Oh, it always happens.
Yeah. Okay, so communication is key.
It's key.
Especially when it comes to something as technical as AI.
Yes.
So how can someone get better at that?
Well, practice explaining your work to people who aren't technical.
Oh, okay.
Like your friends, your family.
Yeah.
Your grandma.
Right. Can you explain it to your grandma?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The better you get at breaking things down, the better you'll be at communicating with your colleagues, your clients, your stakeholders.
Okay. And then problem solving.
Problem solving, that's at the heart of AI.
Yeah. AI is all about using technology to solve those real world problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you get better at that?
Yeah. How do you get better at that?
Well, you just start solving problems.
Okay.
Challenge yourself with projects that push you outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Break those problems down into smaller, more manageable steps.
Right.
And work through them systematically.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
You know?
When you need it.
Find a mentor. Someone who's been there, done that.
Yeah. Mentorship is huge.
It's so valuable.
Yeah. Okay. So be resourceful, persistent. Ask for help when you need it.
And at the end of the day, I think it's important to remember that a career in AI, it's more than just technical skills and problem solving. Okay. That's about passion, curiosity, and a genuine desire to use this technology to make a positive impact.
Yeah, it's about making a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's about addressing real-world challenges and creating a better future for everybody.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay. But let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
And zoom out to the bigger picture.
Okay, the big picture.
We've talked about the challenges.
Yeah, we've talked about solutions.
Are they working?
Yeah, are these global initiatives actually having an impact?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure because a lot of these initiatives are still pretty new.
They are new.
But I think it's encouraging that so many countries and organizations are working on this. They're recognizing the importance of AI education, and they're trying to address this skills gap.
Yeah, and we are seeing some positive results.
We are.
Yeah, like India's national AI strategy.
Yes.
That's led to these centers of excellence in AI.
Centers of excellence.
Which are basically these hubs of collaboration between universities and industry.
Exactly.
And China's incorporating AI into school curriculum.
On a rapid pace.
Like crazy fast.
Yeah, they want to make sure that the next generation is equipped with these skills.
Yeah. Okay, so real progress is being made.
It is.
But how do we accelerate it?
How do we accelerate it?
Yeah, what are some of the key ingredients for success here?
Well, I think collaboration is essential. Okay. We need to break down those walls between academia, industry, and government.
Yeah.
And create a more integrated approach.
So bring all the players to the table.
Bring everyone to the table.
Yeah, and work together.
Work together.
Yeah.
And these collaborations need to be sustainable.
Okay.
With clear benefits for everyone involved.
So it's not just about companies,
throwing money at universities?
Right, throwing money at the problem.
Yeah.
It's about creating real partnerships.
Real partnerships.
Where everyone benefits.
Where everyone wins.
Win-win.
Win and win.
Okay, I like it. And we also can't forget about...
What's that?
Diversity and inclusion.
Oh, diversity and inclusion.
In the AI workforce.
Such an important point.
Yeah, everyone, regardless of background.
Yes.
Socioeconomic status should have the opportunity. To be part of this.
To be
part of this technological revolution.
Yeah, so we need to bridge the digital divide.
We do.
Provide access to education.
Access to resources.
Yeah.
And create a more inclusive and welcoming culture.
In the tech industry.
In tech.
Yeah.
Because diversity leads to better solutions.
Right. It's not just about filling those 97 million jobs.
No, it's not.
It's about filling them with the best people.
The best people.
Yeah.
From all walks of life.
Right, from all different backgrounds.
Exactly.
And that comes back to making sure that AI is used ethically responsibly.
For the benefit of humanity.
And for the benefit of all.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a great point.
But it also raises a lot of questions. Like, how do we measure the success of these initiatives?
Ooh, good question.
And how do we make sure AI is being used ethically?
Ethically.
How do we prepare for the changes that are inevitable? Right. Those are all valid questions. Yeah. And there aren't any easy answers.
Right.
But I think we have to acknowledge the complexity and approach it with humility.
Yeah.
And a willingness to learn and adapt.
Be open to new ideas, experiment, work together.
All of that.
Yeah.
We need to work together to create a future where AI benefits everyone.
We need to be informed, engaged citizens.
Not just passive consumers. We need to shape this future.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Okay. We've explored the challenges.
We have.
We've talked about solutions.
Some solutions.
We've even talked about how to thrive.
How to thrive.
In this AI world.
Yes.
But what does the future hold?
What does the future hold?
What's it going to look like in 5, 10 years?
Oh, that's like gazing into a crystal ball.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think?
It's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
And one that I think keeps a lot of people up at night. It's tough to predict the future with any certainty.
But I think it's safe to say that the pace of change in AI, it's only going to accelerate.
Buckle up.
Buckle up. Yeah. We're going to see even more sophisticated AI models.
Okay.
New applications popping up in every industry imaginable.
Right.
And a growing need for people who can build, manage, and understand these systems.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what really stood out to me in the article was...
What's that?
The sheer scale of these initiatives that are happening globally. It's like every country's realizing, hey, we need to get in on that.
It's like a global race to AI supremacy.
Yep.
But I think beyond the competition, it's encouraging to see so much collaboration and knowledge sharing happening.
Yeah, the article highlights some really interesting examples of these cross-border partnerships.
Cross-border partnerships.
Like you've got the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence working with partners in China and the U.S.
Yeah, it shows that this is a truly global issue and that we can learn a lot from each other.
Right. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
We don't.
Every single time.
We can share our successes and our failures.
Right, and learn from them. Okay, cool.
And we can't forget about international organizations like the World Economic Forum, the UN.
Yeah, they're playing a big role too.
They are. They're bringing together experts from all over the world to discuss things like AI policy governance and the ethical implications of AI.
So they're thinking about the big picture.
They're thinking about the big picture.
Yeah, that's great.
It is.
It's good to know that people are thinking about that side of things.
Yeah, it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we use it.
Right, and how it impacts society.
Exactly.
And AI is a powerful tool,
It is powerful.
It can be used for good or for bad.
It can be used in many ways.
Yeah.
And not all of them are good.
Exactly. So that's why this emphasis on responsible AI is so important.
It is.
We need to be having those conversations.
We do.
About potential biases in algorithms.
Yes.
About data privacy. About the impact on jobs and society.
All of that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but they're important conversations to have.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because it's not about blindly embracing AI or rejecting it outright. It's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Understanding the potential and the risks.
Right.
And guiding its development in a way that benefits humanity.
And that brings us back to education, right?
It does.
If we want to navigate this world.
This AI-powered world, we need people who understand it.
Right.
Inside and out.
We need people who can think critically about it.
Critical thinking is essential.
Yeah, and make informed decisions.
Informed decisions about its use.
We need to be informed citizens.
Informed citizens.
Not just passive consumers of AI.
Exactly.
And I think initiatives like this deep dive are so important because they demystify it.
They do.
They make it accessible.
They make it accessible to everyone.
They get people talking.
They get people talking.
So we need to be proactive in shaping this future.
We do. We can't just sit back and let it happen to us.
Right. We have to take control.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, wow. What a journey this has been.
It has been a journey.
We've explored the challenges, the solutions, how to thrive in this AI-powered world.
All of it.
But the big question is, what's next?
What is next?
What can our listener do?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, how can they contribute?
How can they make a difference?
To shaping this future.
The future of AI is in our hands.
It is.
It's up to all of us.
So, to our listener, we'll leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
What skills will you choose to develop? What conversations will you start?
What actions will you take?
The future is in your hands.
It is.
Make a difference.
Make a difference.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.